All right. Welcome, everybody, to the Isagenix compensation plan. This is Jay Bennett here in Southern California. And just for fun, I'm going to hit the webcam and see if we can get connected here. Excellent. Greetings here in the West Coast and also Central and East Coast. Great to have you on the webinar. I'm really excited about sharing this. I'm actually wearing my green shirt because of the nature of the webinar here. And we're going to talk about, how to earn money. And one of the key things right in the beginning is just to know that, the more people that you really reach out to, the more people that you add value to, the more people that you make a difference in their lives, the more the compensation plan will come alive. And, as long as you're plugged in using the products, sharing that with people, sharing the product story, sharing the business story, and utilizing the tools, this compensation plan will come to life for you. So it's really a very simple business, and it's extremely rewarding. And very rarely have I gone through every step in the comp plan. So this is going to be great here today. That we're going to go through every step from the beginning to the end of the complete compensation plan. There's a lot here. And the company has added a lot, and you're going to see that as we go. So I'm going to share kind of things along the way as we go into the comp plan, and it's going to be really a lot of fun here doing this. So let's just start right off the bat, and we'll take this off webcam, and great to have everybody on this morning and this afternoon. So here we go. So the first step is just knowing, in the beginning that there is a BV, bonus volume, that's attached to all our product packages and all our products. And so BV, all that means is business volume. It's point value assigned to each commissionable product. And there's a PV, which is the personal volume that's required. And basically that is 100 BV. You to maintain your active status with the company, it's 100 BV. And that has to be on a reoccurring every 30 days. And that active status, or our auto ship, is really the glue that makes our business model so incredible, because our customer base and our associate base is consistently consuming the product. That's what's going to equal your residual income. So there's 4 ways to get paid. There's the daily pay, weekly pay, monthly pay, and annual pay, which is phenomenal. We have, so many different ways that people are getting paid, and we're going to go through all of that. But it's great to get the daily, weekly, monthly, and annual pay here. The main form of payment is weekly, and that is great. In the old days, it was a monthly check only. Now it's a weekly check that you can count on. So the auto ship rewards is really for everybody who is an associate. And again, they have to maintain 100 BV every 30 days. You qualify for rewards pricing, which is the lowest pricing. AutoShip allows you to hold team volume. That's a big one that you want to communicate to everybody. And then you also qualify for the bonuses that the company has and special promotions. So by getting everyone on AutoShip, again, you're gluing your organization together. And that is such a key to not only you have the consumability of the product, where they run out of product and it's delivered in a timely way to their home, but also it is also how they're going to get paid, and it's going to make sure that you have your people getting paid and getting a check. So if your people are getting product results and they're getting a check, you're going to maintain this organization, and it's going to be what I call glued together. And so this is critical. There's 5 ways to make money. Number 1 is retail profits. Number 2 is product introductory bonuses. Number 3 is team bonuses, which we call cycles. Number 4 is matching team bonuses. And number 5 is promotions. When I say promotions, that's going to be bonuses and promotions that are within the compensation plan. And we're going to get into all of this here in the presentation. The 5 ranks that we have is associate, which when you first come in, you're an associate. If you provide a social date of birth, you're now legally able to get paid by the company. Of course, you could be a preferred customer, but you're not going to be able to be paid by the company. Okay, you can upgrade later, but you will not hold volume, or you will not be able to get paid unless you're an associate. So associate's number one, consultant is number two, manager and or crystal manager is number three, director and or crystal director is number four rank, and the fifth rank, the last rank, is executive and or crystal executive. And we're going to get into that more, what the difference is between manager and crystal manager. But just to keep it simple, if you reach the manager level in 60 days from your sign up, you're a crystal manager. If you reach director within 120 days, you're a crystal director. And if you reach executive within 6 months of your sign up, you're a crystal executive. That's the distinction. You hit it by a certain time limit. Okay? One thing I want to hit here that I think is really, really key is the concept of geometric progression. I'm going to hit the webcam here. I love the concept of geometric progression. A lot of people that are new to this type of marketing, this is a new concept. But really, when you think about it, the average person's in a job situation where they only get paid for their time and their labor. That's how they get paid, for the most part. And so that's the paradigm most people are in. Their time, their labor, only creating a check. So they're really constrained that way. In the network marketing business model, if done correctly, and thank goodness Isagenix does it correctly, as you build up your customer base and your associate base, the further away that it gets away from you, the bigger that it gets. And all those people that are connected to you, okay, customers and associates, all that volume you get paid on, which allows, without your time, without your labor, you're still getting paid. That's the goal. That's the end of the tunnel goal, is that once you've done the work, you will continue to get paid on that work, whether you work or not. And it's because of the power of geometric progression. And you really have to get these numbers working in your head and in your heart that you understand them. And you got to work hard to make this work. In other words, it just doesn't happen by itself. So if you look at 2 by 2, 2 times 2 is 4. Those 4 people, then they bring in 2 just like you did. You have 8. Those 8 bring in 2. You have 16. You add that all up. In this example, that's 30 people in your group. Now, if you had a 5 by 5 concept where everybody's bringing in 5, you come in and bring in 5. Then you teach and train your people to bring their 5 in. So when you get 5, you have 25 now in your group. And when those 25 get 5, you now have 125 in your group. When those 125 get 5, you have 625 in your group. Everybody was just getting 5, you see? But the geometric progression gets amazing. If you add that up, it's 780 people. You started with 5, and you taught, train, and developed each of your 5 to get 5. It expands to 780 in your group. Now, let's look at it 10 by 10. 10 who get 10 is 100. 100 who get 10 is 1,000. 1,000 who gets 10 is 10,000. That's over 11,000 people on your team. And I share those numbers with you because if you want to create incredible financial freedom, then you need to get out there and really enroll yourself. You've got to be the one that leads the charge and gets those enrollments up. You don't ever depend on other people to do anything. You lead the charge and you create the numbers in such a way that the geometric progression will work for you. And that's one thing that I've learned. I don't wait for someone to do this. I do it, and then I teach and train and develop the ones that want to do it, and then that geometric progression kicks into gear. And when all those people are using the products or sharing it with someone else, you're getting paid, okay? And that's what you're creating here in this business model. So I wanted to share that first before we get into the exact numbers here. So the first step in the rank advancement is associate. Here's you. You have 100 personal volume that's required every 30 days. Now, personally, folks, and I'll get the webcam off here. Personally, I think the 100 BV is so easy to do that it's amazing. In other words, with a product line of over 65 high-quality products, I think it's got to be the easiest thing on the planet to do 100 BV. That's my opinion. I mean, how could you not redirect your spending to 100 BV every 30 days with all the benefits? Number one, on a health level, but number two, on a financial level. And yet so many people must not understand that if you maintain 100 BV and you're able to hold the volume, and anybody you refer, you can get paid, and you're positioned to earn income, okay? And you're holding volume of people that are placed underneath you. To not maintain that every 30 days is not to understand the power. Where could this be 6 months, 1 year, 1.5 years, 2 years down the road? And yet people quit on their auto ship. They quit staying active, and they might even have an organization of 50, 100, 200, 300 people, and they drop out because they don't know. For the most part, most people don't know the benefit of being an associate. Okay, and so that's where you need to communicate it. And then from there, you need to communicate every step that we're sharing here in this compensation plan. When someone completely knows this comp plan, it would be impossible to not do the 100 BV. So the first step is, of course, retail. We've got to talk about retail because there's a lot of instances where people just want to use the products. So here's you, and you can do it two ways. You could buy the product wholesale and sell it retail. And a lot of establishments like spas and chiropractic offices and people that have gyms and things like that can do it that way, where they buy it at wholesale and then they sell it at retail and then they make the profit. You're also going to make a profit on the wholesale at the same time. So that's a beautiful thing. Also, people can buy off your website and they buy directly retail off your website. You will make the difference between the wholesale and retail. You'll make that margin and you're going to get paid on the wholesale as well. So that's one step. Now, what I love personally is sharing with people how they can get it wholesale. I make it a big deal. Hey, there is retail, but I'd like to show it how you can get started at wholesale. And let's face it, most people would rather buy wholesale versus retail. And I want to make that available as an associate so that they have all the advantages. When you, let's say, get Bill started with a 30-day system, you will immediately make $25 as an associate, okay? Now, thereafter, as Bill continues to stay on the products, you will now get a coaching bonus every month thereafter that he's on auto ship with a system. Okay, I think that's brilliant. That's new to the company. So not only do you get that product introductory bonus, but you'll get a reoccurring coaching bonus every month as long as they stay on auto ship. Okay. Now, what we can do on the front end though is we can create a double product introductory bonus. And let's talk about the power of that. Let's say that we get started, Joe here, with a President's Pack. Okay, normally you'd get $80 on that, and that would be a daily pay, by the way. But in the same calendar week, you bring Bill in, he gets a President's Pack. They will now double both those packs. So it'll be $160 and $160. That's $320. Now, this is huge, folks, because when I got started 9.5 years ago, we didn't have any of these bonuses, okay? And we were just getting paid on the cycles, and I'm going to get into cycles. But to be able to share this with everybody and all your new people, this is huge because this is immediate cash flow. And it's so important that we have this now in our business model, okay? And I'm going to share this from a different angle as well, but I want you to grasp this. When you get two, they will double the product introductory bonuses. Now, what are the packs that they'll double? There are getting started packs will double from 25 to 50. Our pace setter pack will double from 50 to 100. Our president packs will double from 80 to 160. Okay, and of course our business builder pack will double from 150 to 300. So they're really huge. This double PIB, but people need to be aware of that. They've got to get two in a calendar week. So who can earn double product introductory bonuses and receive coaching bonuses? Everyone that's active associate. Anybody who's an active associate. What's an active associate? 100 BV in their personal volume, 100 BV, and they are active, and all those people are qualified for double PIBs and the coaching bonuses. Okay, so again, here's another look at this. It's very, very clear. You get somebody started with a order of a President's Pack. Okay, let's say on a Friday, you'll get $80 on that. But if you had two in a calendar week, Tuesday and the Friday, it will double the product introductory bonuses. So instead of just $80 on that one pack, it's $320 with those two packs. Again, calendar week, Monday through Sunday. That's our calendar week. So those 2 packages have to be in a calendar week. People need to be clear on that. You need to share that. Now, the second step is consultant. Okay, so the associate is where you want to be getting started. And then as quick as you can, you want to get to the consultant level. Why? So that you can get a bonus and that you can get paid on cycles. Okay, so how does that work? You need a person on your left team doing 100 BV, a person on your right team doing 100 BV that you personally enroll. Okay, as quick as you get that done, you immediately make a $50 bonus. Okay, and so then from there, as people are coming down your outside left team and your outside right team, these volumes are starting to accumulate. And as long as you're doing 100 BV, you're active, you're going to hold on all that volume. So you want to build on your outside left all the way down and your outside right, as far deep as it goes. You don't want to be going on the inside legs of people. You want to build on the outside legs, okay? So just remember, it's outside left and outside right. That's what you're driving. I call it drilling for oil, okay? And so as you do that, these volumes start to percolate within the organization. And as long as you have 600 volume on one team and 300 volume on the other, it accumulates 900 in total volume. Now, this is not just the people you personally enrolled, but it's the people other people have enrolled and other people have enrolled. And many of you have seen the power of that. And so it's a real team building concept that it's all the volume from all these different people that add up. And when there's 600 volume on one team, 300 on the other, you get a commission cycle of $54, okay? And this commission cycle is your freedom. That cycle is your freedom because this is being generated many times without your time and without your labor. You're getting these commission cycles in your organization. Okay, just one cycle is $54. Now what we want to do is create multiple cycles. Okay, now let's give an idea of this concept called holdover volume. Holdover volume is basically anything excess of 600 on one side and excess of 300 is going to be held so that you can then get paid on it at a future date. And whenever you hit that same volume requirement of this next 600 and the next 300. So in this case, on your left team, you have 1,000 volume that's there. You have 400 volume on your right team. Well, you only needed 600 for a cycle, and you only needed 300 on the other team for a cycle. So if you, on your left team, subtract 600 from 1,000, there's 400 BV volume held over. Okay, they do not flush the volume. They hold it over. You maintain the volume. And on the right side, you have 400 volume. You only need 300, so you have 100 BV holdover. So in this particular example, you need 200 more volume on your left to create 600, and you need 200 volume on your right to create another 300. Whammo, you get another commission cycle when that's done. Okay, now you can earn up to 250 cycles per what we call a center. Okay, 250 cycles per center. And I love this because this is what I communicate to people all the time. One business center. Okay, as long as you're a consultant, we just shared a consultant needs one on the left and one on the right that you personally enrolled that are active with 100 BV, you're completely qualified on unlimited depth in those organizations to $13,500 a week income, $54,000 a month income, $702,000 a year income, and that is a residual income. That's your maximum on a position just on cycles. So think about that simplicity of that qualification. One on your left and one on your right that stays active is the only requirement that's necessary to get paid up to $700,000 a year. Now, does everybody have to be making $700,000 a year? No, that's your potential, but that's the qualifications that's necessary if you want to make an extra $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, $30,000 a month, and or $50,000 a month. It needs to be one on the left, one on the right. That's it. That's the only qualification. My friends, this is extremely fair within this industry, this profession. This is within everybody's reach, and anybody who wants to be qualified can be qualified. with a little bit of elbow grease, you can have one on your left, one on your right, staying active here. In my opinion, it's the easiest qualification in the industry for the return. Okay, this needs to be communicated to people. Okay, so that's the consultant level. Now, the next rank is manager, and manager is developing 2 consultants. And this is the next step. We want to get everybody to consultant. I mean, everybody to consultant. And by the way, if auto ship is the glue, getting people to consultant is the super glue. So just remember that glue is auto ship and super glue is consultant position. That's getting people one on the left, one on the right. Now we go to the next level, and this is called the manager position. And what we're doing now is duplicating what we did, and that was we developed the consultant. Now we want to teach and train and develop personal consultants that we're bringing into the team. And that's all we're doing is we're just duplicating consultants. So once you've personally enrolled 2 consultants, you're going to be getting all these bonuses. Okay, and we're going to explain this. First of all, every consultant you develop, you're going to make $100 on every personally enrolled consultant. That's huge. You have a vested interest to work with your team, develop your team, coach your team, and get them to the consultant level because you make $100 doing that. Okay, and that's up to the first 20 consultants. Okay, as you develop 2 consultants, let's break this down now, what that would look like going to the crystal manager position. You bring in Bob and bring in Mary. And this is a very common, normal scenario. Bob gets a president's pack, and normally you would make $80 on that, but you also brought on Mary in the calendar week, and she got a 30-day system. And normally you would get 25, but because you got those 2, it's going to double, right? We talked about that, double product introductory bonus. So now you make $160 on Bob, $50 on Mary. That's $210, bringing those 2 in, and you made a $50 bonus because you became a consultant. So right there is $260, and we call that U plus 2. Okay, U plus 2. Now them plus 2, them being Bob and Mary, they get their 2. Now they're consultants. You make $100 on each consultant. There's another $200. So you've made $460 plus an additional $250 from the company called the Crystal Manager Bonus. And by the way, that has been extended to 60 days. That used to be a 30-day period. And what the company recognized was a lot of people that were, trying the products as an associate just to see how the products were going to work for them. By the time they tried it and they were 3-4 weeks down the road and they go, oh my gosh, I'm getting all these incredible results. In 30 days, their time was up. So what the company did really to help our overall customer base is extend that 60 days now. So a person can have a 1-month experience on the products and still have an additional 30 days to put this together. And in my opinion, 30 days is more than enough time, but 60 days is outrageous. I mean, that's more than enough time for someone to get it together, figure it out, know that the products work, and then get there to the consultant level. So that was brilliant. And that gives way more access to all our customer base being able to get these bonuses. Okay, this is very important that you know that it's a 60-day period. So in this particular case, it's $710 in bonuses. And we haven't even talked about cycles yet. This gets me extremely excited because, again, when I got started, we did not have any of these bonuses. And this makes it a lot easier for people to earn income. Okay, this template right here, you want to master this template. Now, the next rank is director. And director is developing 6 consultants. Now, you already developed 2 at the Crystal Manager level. You've already developed 2. Now you want to develop another 4. Okay, and as you go to this director level, we're going to talk about the advantages here going to the director level. So 4 more consultants, a total of 6. Now, by the way, those 6 could be 6 on one side. It doesn't have to be 3 and 3. It could be 6 on one team. It could be 4 and 2, 3 and 3, 5 and 1, or 6 down one team, just so you know. It doesn't have to be split up. So the director level is very good, especially when someone has one leg that takes off. They can put the energy into the other team and build up their cycles and get to the directorship. The benefit here is once you get the director, you're going to, of course, you're making $100 on every consultant you developed, but you're going to also get a $750 bonus doing that now within 120 days of your sign up. Okay, not 90 days. It's now 120 days. And that's, again, very user-friendly for people to get that 750 bonus. Okay, now, one thing that's not talked about is the director leadership pool. We had 2 people on our team that I'm aware of last month, Dr. Alan Madison and Tanya Mann, who both made $2,500 just last month in the director pool. Okay, and so once you get to the director bonus, and as your cycles are increasing, you're going to get into bonus pools somewhere between 500 to 2,500 range, and it's on a monthly basis, and you have 3 months to be in that director pool. So this is a very, very big stepping stone, and the director is really I would consider the real big leadership position. This is where you're starting to get into leadership, and the director bonus pool, again, is something relatively new, and it's that stepping stone that everybody needs before they hit the executive level. So executive now is what? 10 consultants. And what you need is 5 consultants on your left team and 5 on your right. This does need to be split on 5 on the left, 5 on the right. Okay, that everybody needs to know that. So it's 5 personally enrolled consultants on your left, 5 on your right. And really, once you've gotten a director, it's only 4 more to go. So, it's very much within reach. You have 6 months to get this done, and it's $1,000 bonus, okay, from the company. And everything revolves on a leadership level around the executive position. And we're going to talk about executive here and some of the benefits here so that you're really clear that executive is where every penny that's on the table you can earn income on, okay? And so one thing that I always want to encourage people to do is just chart this out. We have this form that is at isagenixbusiness.com, and you can go to tools and find it there. So isagenixbusiness.com. Also our Lean and Clean for Life.com, leanandcleanforlife.com. We put it right front and center on our team page, where under the Getting Started documents, you have this crystal executive. And use a pencil, because some people won't stick around for being one of your consultants. So why not just erase the name and then put another name in there in pencil? Don't do it in pen, do it in pencil. But literally, it's fill in the blanks, and find the people that are going to be the ones you work with and help them get there too, and just fill in the blanks, and just do that going to the manager level, to the director level, to the executive level. And this little template, so many people have said by having this, it really gave them the visual that they needed and the goal setting mechanism that they needed to get the job done. Very easy, simple sheet. Okay. So the executive leadership pools are now over 10 million per year. Okay. So we have the executive leadership pools, and that's also the holiday bonus pools. And again, this has evolved. We never had 10 million when I was doing this. This is like amazing, the amount of money that they're putting into the comp plan. So they have never changed the comp plan. The binary 2-team plan has always been the same for 14 years now. In March, it'll be 14 years. But they've added over 10 million in bonuses. That's what has changed in a very big positive way for all of us. So to not get to executive is to not take advantage of all the bonuses that are available, okay? And so executive is really where you want to be. And, I got a picture here that I put in the PowerPoint, and I've got my little billboard here of bonuses that I accumulated over a period of, I think it was a year. And that I call that tip money, okay? And I look at the executive bonus pools as tip money. I'm building the organization anyway. I'm creating a residual income anyway, and I'm being tipped by the company to do that. And that's what the executive leadership pools do. And so what we want to do now is talk to everybody that's on the webinar and the conference bridge. And at our New Year's kickoff in Dallas, we did a reset. And what does that mean? Well, it doesn't matter when you signed up prior to January 11th. The company recognizes if you've signed up prior to January 11th of this year, you have been recognized as someone who started actually January 11th in regards to those bonuses. So if you're signed up prior to January 11th, you have till March 15th to hit the Crystal Manager. You need to write these dates down, folks, and wake up your team if they don't know this. You have till March 15th to get that Crystal Manager bonus of $250. Okay, you're also going to get a coupon to the celebration party. Okay, that's March 15th for Crystal Manager. You have all the way till May 14th to get the 6 consultants, and that's a $750 bonus and a free admission to the celebration party, which is with Maroon 5, right? And then the Crystal Executive is going to be all the way to July 13th, and that's that 10. And again, if you follow this stair step, you have more than enough time. Every single person on this webinar, on this conference call, has more than enough time to hit these goals. Now, if you came in after January 11th, everything still stands. You've got 60 days to hit Crystal Manager. You've got 120 days to hit Crystal Director, and you've got 6 months to hit Crystal Executive. Okay, nothing changes for you, but I wanted to talk to the people that are prior to January 11th. There was a reset, and you have the opportunity to hit all these bonuses, even if you signed up a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. That's huge. Okay, and that's what I love about this company. They're just so liberal. They're so, they're so user friendly for us in the field. Okay, so now let's talk about let's just really overview all these bonuses. And again, when I was involved 9.5 years ago, we had none of these. So let's break it down. Okay, and I'm going to hit the cam here. We've got the consultant bonus. By the way, you see I'm wearing the green shirt, right? This is my money shirt. Okay, and I kind of got excited putting this on for this webinar, and since we have webcam, I thought I'd show it off. But the consultant is $50 bonus. Would you rather have $50 versus zero? Okay, 50 is better than zero, right? So consultant, immediately you know your people are going to get a check. As long as they got 2 people that come in with 100 BV minimum, boom, you get a $50 check. Crystal Manager is 2 consultants that you've personally enrolled. You do that within 60 days. That's a $250 bonus, okay? Crystal Director, which is developing 6 consultants, is 120 days from your sign up. And it's a $750 bonus. And then Crystal Executive is a 6-month period. And you have which is 10 consultants, and you have a $1,000 bonus. So that's your stair step: consultant, manager, director, executive. And what you need to teach people is whatever the next step is what they shoot for. That's the next goal. So if somebody has not gotten a consultant, that's their first goal. That's their first step. Get to consultant. Once you've got to consultant, what's the next step? Manager. Okay, and whatever the time frame is for them, but that's the next step, and you want to set a time limit for them, and go for the next step. Once you're manager, what's the next step? Director. Okay, the company's created a built-in goal-setting program for everybody. Once you hit director, what's the next step? Executive. You don't need to try to overfigure it out. You just take the next step. If you're not a consultant right now, what's your next step? Consultant. If you're not a manager, you're a consultant right now, but you're not a manager right now, then what's the next step? Manager. If you're a director, what's the next step? Executive. It's that simple. You just follow the steps. Now, here's something that's brilliant, and it's new as of New Year's kickoff, and that is the 5-cycle bonus. And I'm going to break these down here. You've got a 5-cycle bonus now that's a $500 in bonuses. Okay, just when you start hitting 5 cycles, and again, this is great because this is very much when people need it, is getting to the 5 cycle. And now at the 1-star level, which is 10 cycles, you have a $1,000 bonus. And then at 2-star, which is 20 cycles, you have a $2,000 bonus. And at 3-star, which is 40 cycles, you have a $3,000 bonus. And so now you stair step in terms of your cycles. And I'm going to go into that a little bit deeper. Let's talk about the 5-cycle bonus. As long as you're a consultant, okay, as long as you're a consultant, you hit the 5 cycles, boom, you're going to get a $250 bonus. And then you have to hit 5 cycles again. So whether that's the next week or 2, 3, 4 weeks later, the next time you hit 5 cycles, they pay you another $250. So they break it down into twice, two parts. So it's a 500 total, but you have to hit the 5 cycles twice. Okay, that's a huge bonus for us in the field as of January. Okay, now the next step is the 10 cycle bonus, which is 1 star. Again, the company's going to pay you a total of 1,000, but you have to hit 10 cycles. They'll pay you 500, then you hit 10 cycles again, they pay you 500. So that's the total of 1,000. Now, what's beautiful about this is in the past, you had to be an executive to get this bonus. Now, you only need to be manager. And folks, that again is huge. That makes it user-friendly for everybody to access that bonus. And so again, the company made it user-friendly. So you only need 2 consultants personally as a manager to access that $1,000 in bonus. The 2-star, which is 20 cycles, okay, is a total of $2,000 bonus. Same thing, they're going to break that 1,000 and 1,000 once you hit 20 cycles, and then the next time you hit 20 cycles, you get that extra 1,000. And again, you had to be executive to get this before. Now you only have to be a director, which is 6 consultants. Again, way more user-friendly. When you're at 20 cycles, you should be a director anyway. But the bottom line is it makes it a lot easier for people to access that bonus. And then the next one is the 3-star, which is 40 cycles. It's a $3,000 bonus broken down in half. When you hit 40 cycles and then you hit 40 cycles again, it's 1,500 and 1,500, which is a total of 3. And I just want to have everybody be clear that it's broken into 2 parts. You got to hit that benchmark 2 times to get the bonuses, okay? And now you're locked in at those levels, okay? Now there's another bonus, okay? I mean, it's amazing what the company has done. This is the holiday bonus pool. And this holiday bonus pool is huge because what it does is it really helps people to, when they get to a level, a rank advancement, to want to sustain at that rank. In other words, the company will reward you for consistency of maintaining that rank. So as a manager, which is having 2 consultants, you will maintain 2 shares through the year with this bonus pool. As a director, maintaining director with 6 consultants, you will have 6 shares in the pools. And then as an executive, you will get 10 shares in those pools. And that's paid out through the year periodically, I believe like quarterly through the year. And then there's a big payout at the end of the year. Okay. But that is kind of a design to, I call that a loyalty bonus. And it's going to keep you plugged in at your ranks. And it teaches people to stay plugged in the ranks, not just hit a rank and then drop off, but hit a rank and maintain it. And that's what the holiday bonus pools do. Okay, on top of that, there's a 10% match on every personally enrolled consultant that you've developed. So when you're executive, on every personally enrolled consultant, you will earn 10% on that person. So let's say you enrolled someone that's doing 100 cycles, okay? You will get paid 10% of that, which is 10 cycles, okay? You're going to get 10 cycles in addition. And so people that are enrolling people are really in a place of earning a lot of 10% income. And this is, again, something that is really strong. I've been in the company now over 9.5 years, really building this. And that 10% really adds up, okay? And so as on a long-term basis, that 10% is really a great bonus that they give you. And especially when you get some good people on your team that are rocking it, that 10% is growing. Even if you max out, and we're going to talk about maxing out, you still make the 10% additional on all your personally enrolled people, okay? So 10% match as an executive. And let's just talk about reentry. A lot of people I don't think necessarily are looking at a reentry when they get started here. I'm in my 3rd position or my 2nd reentry, and that's going to be closing out here, I believe, in the spring. And I'll be starting my 3rd reentry or 4th position. So there are people that this is going to mean a lot to. And what I'm going to share with you is this. This is the most brilliant thing that the company did, is do the reentry above your organization. Okay? So when you come in and you build a left team and a right team that is doing 250 cycles a week, okay, you have actually maxed the plan. At the 200 cycle range, the company will say, hey, would you like to put a reentry in and start a new team? And so what happens when you get maxed at 250 cycles, and if you're just a consultant, right? Okay, if you're just a consultant, you can make $700,000 a year. We just shared that, $700,000 a year in one position. So it's not like you have to do this. But what is neat about it is once you, and you have to be an executive, okay? But once you have maxed out, if you want to create additional income, they put a position above your organization where you're able to leverage all the 600 volume that you could ever need because it's above your organization, and you just sprout out one leg, and that means you only need to drive one team, and you're going to make on every 300 BV, you're going to be earning a 54 commission cycle on the entire team, all the way down. So if you break that down, 18% on 300 volume is $54. You're averaging 18% minimum on your entire organization on a reentry position. So a person is incentivized to want to build out a reentry position, for themselves financially, but also, they've made it easy. If they put the reentry below you, you would have to restart two teams. They put it above your organization, you only need to sprout out one team. And so I'm very savvy to now the reentries on the benefit of them. And if you, just to give you kind of an interesting concept here, at a reentry position, when you get 3 people to the 3-star position, 3 people anywhere in that team at the 3-star position, you will have maxed out another $700,000 a year residual. Okay, 3 people that are in that team that hit 3-star, and I'm knocking on the door here with my 3rd position, and it's very, very exciting. I'll start in my 4th position or my 3rd reentry here very soon. So this is real for people that want to really, put the time and put the effort in to build a huge organization. Okay, again, that's not for everybody, but it's something that should be shared and for people that are really serious. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about reality. Okay, listen, if we're just at 10 cycles, if we're at 10 cycles a week, just 10 cycles a week, you're earning just shy of $30,000 a year. That's a school teacher income, and these are averages. Okay, you're a school teacher income. But when you get to 10 cycles here, you may not have to go to school and teach. You'll just get the money coming in no matter what. So you're free. And when you get to 10 cycles, a residual 10 cycles, you make the same money as a teacher, but you can do anything you want to do. Restaurant managers, 15 cycles a week. Okay, dental hygienist is $56,000 a year. That's 20 cycles a week. That's it. Dental hygienist. Kathy Coover was a dental hygienist. I found out different people in my organization are dental hygienists. They only need to get to 20 cycles to bypass. That's got to be a tough job. I give people credit that can work in people's mouth, but you can do that in 20 cycles. Okay. Computer programmer, 70,000 a year is just 25 cycles. 25. A lawyer is 37 cycles. And think about how much study, how much work, how stressful of a position that is. And at 37 cycles, you can be making what a lawyer's making. Okay? And then President of the United States, this blows me away, but my reentry is already bypassed the President of the United States, my reentry. The reality is that's a very stressful job. And my hat's off to anybody that can handle that. There are a lot of other perks, I'm sure, at the President of the United States. But the point is, it's only 144 cycles. Their salary is 144 cycles. Again, there's a lot of perks. I get it. But the President of the United States, that's radical that we have so many people making more than the President of the United States. And think about that kind of a job, the stress that's related to that. Okay, so those are just some concepts here to make it reality. So you need to ask yourself, okay, what do you want to earn? Okay, one cycle a week. Sometimes we can, minimize even one cycle a week. I don't even minimize one cycle a week. One cycle a week. Can you imagine that you have an organization of people that are getting one cycle a week and they're making an extra $3,000 a year? Okay, $3,000 a year. That's better than zero. They're getting these life-changing products. They are able to offset their food cost. They make an additional $3,000. How many people would you like in your organization like that? I'd like tons and tons and tons. And so I have a huge organization of people that are making 1 and 2 cycles a week, and they're happy. And they're free doing it at that level. And there's nothing wrong with that. That is huge. That's what you want so many of your customers to be doing. Okay? And it doesn't take a lot of work. You could get that all done in 30, 60, 90 days and be done. And you get an extra $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a year coming in. I don't think that's a bad deal. So here's the next step, 5 cycles. Now that's a bigger one. We talked about the additional bonuses now at 5 cycles. An extra 5 cycles a week is an extra $14,000 a year. Okay, now think about the tax benefits associated with that. What if we could help someone save, I'm just going to use a number, $5,000 in taxes, or let's just say $6,000 in taxes, and then I get them at 5 cycles a week, which is an additional $14,000 in income. That's a $20,000 turnaround, and I could do that maybe in the first year. Okay? In other words, I could get people to turn things around an extra $10,000, $15,000, and $20,000 a year to the household between the income and the tax benefits. Folks, that's huge. How many people would you love it at the 5 cycle level? How many? Could you imagine if you had 3, 4, 5, 8, 10, 15, 20 people getting 5 cycles in your organization, what that would do for you? Okay, that's what you need to think about. How getting people underneath you doing that kind of stuff. That's the way I see it. It's not about me. It's about how many people I can get getting 1 and 2 cycles and how many people I can get to 5 and 10 cycles. That's where I'm at with the business. I want tons of people like that. Okay. Now, if you're a motivated, inspired person, okay, and I know there's a lot of you here, 35 cycles, that's 6 figures a year. If you want to be a 6-figure earner, you've got to make 35 cycles your goal. Very tangible, very real. We have so many people in Isagenix doing it, okay? And then, as we said, maxing out 250 cycles. And again, there's no right or wrong to this. It's whatever your drive is, whatever your ambition is, whatever you want to create. It's not handed to you on a silver platter. You got to go work and go get it. But but the market is there. Believe me, people are so receptive to this on a product level and a business level. They're so receptive. And I believe as the years go by, they're going to be even more receptive as people start getting over the old paradigm and start getting into the new paradigm of what freedom really is. Health is part of freedom. Health freedom, financial freedom. Health freedom, financial freedom. You want both, okay? And people want both, okay? Health is a priority and financial freedom is a priority. And, you've got both in this company, okay? So as we wrap up here, and this is a beautiful thing, every day, okay, every day this company is working for you. Every day this company supports you. All we've got to do is talk to people. Think about it. We don't need to make the product. We don't need to figure it out. We don't need to put the tools together. We don't need to put the systems together. We don't need to figure out this or that. We don't need to manage this or that. We don't have any overheads. We have nothing going on except just to talk to people. That's it. They have removed everything out of the equation other for us to go talk to people and share it with people. Now think about the simplicity of this, the ease of building an organization, a business like this with none of the headaches. I think you need to really not take this for granted. I think we need to realize we've got a cash cow here. We've got something that is beyond belief. This is the average person's best chance to be in business for themselves and to really create financial freedom for themselves and for their family. And people need to wake up to this kind of reality, okay? And does it take some work and take some effort? Yes, but it's worth it. It's so, so worth it. I am so thankful that I took the time and the energy to sacrifice on the front end so I could have the back end residual income that so few people have, okay? Because I was willing to pay the price. I was willing to do what other people were not willing to do. And you need to be the same way. You need to be the same type of a person. And what I'm going to say here is this. You're on this webinar for a reason. You're on this conference call for a reason. You need to know that you're different than 90% of the people just because you're on this webinar, just because you're on this conference call. Okay. The difference is going to be your action. Okay. The difference is going to be, are you an action person that will make this compensation plan come to life for you and your family? Okay. There's enough evidence that it can work for people from all different backgrounds, all different ways of life, young, old, black, white, male, female, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your background is or anything. The only thing that matters is, are you willing to talk to people? Are you willing to talk to people? Are you willing to share the story, this amazing story of Isagenix to other people? And then this compensation plan will blow you away. So the company pays you daily. It'll pay you weekly. And they have never missed. Think about this. In 14 years, never missed on a check once in 14 years. That's a pretty good track record. And they're not going to miss the next 14 years. That's what's beautiful about this. It's going to come every week, every week, every week. So, folks, I think we covered a lot here. It really comes down to, and by the way, this little debit card, I love this. Our card that gets delivered right to your home. Immediately, the first check, you get this debit card, and they put that on your card every week. Your check is right there on your card. You can transfer it to any account you want. And then when you get your check to a certain level, they'll direct deposit it. And I think it's $4,000 a week or something. They start direct depositing it. And so, I mean, boom, like clockwork, every week, every week, every week. It's crazy. And it gives you that freedom right away. Okay. And then what I would say is for simplicity is just maintain, number one, auto ship. Teach people to be on auto ship. Teach people to put these products in their body consistently, and that it's delivered to their home conveniently, and that they can really save on their food bill, and they're going to hold volume. They're going to be able to get paid, and they're positioned to get paid. Okay? Stay active with the company. That's the glue. And then developing consultant, getting to the consultant level is the super glue, and teach people to do the same thing over and over. Auto ship, consultant, auto ship, consultant, auto ship, consultant. That's it. I mean, it's so simple, but you got to be like a machine. You got to do it over and over and over. And that's why we like working as teams. I played 10 years of football, and I will tell you right now that taught me really how to be successful in this kind of business. Is it's all about team. It's working as a team. It's executing the play as a team. And I get so fired up, not just on the product results, because that excites me to no end. I love the product results that we get. But I got to tell you, I get so excited about the financial results that occur here in this business model. Last week, we had a whole bunch of people rank advance. Mark Clausen went to 4-star, okay, which is, over 120,000 a year residual now, just where he is right now. And that's going to go up this entire year. DeLon Henniger went to 3-star. Okay, he's at 100,000 a year. Okay, and actually 4-stars actually way more than 100,000. 4-stars, like you're knocking on 20,000 a month. So 4-stars like 20,000 a month. 3-star is like 10,000 a month. And DeLon Henniger hit 3-star, and then we had Brett Gorbit hit 1-star. We had Dr. Alan Manison hit 1-star. We had Sarah Sion hit 2-star, which is 20 cycles a week, which is over 50,000 a year. Her goal was 60,000 this year. She's going to hit her 60,000. I told her to bump it up to 75,000 this year. And she's a school teacher, piano teacher, and loves to play tennis. And she'll be making, in my opinion, around $75,000 this year. And she just fits this around her schedule, the way she wants to do her life. And that's huge. I get excited about that kind of stuff. And so it's all about team. It's all about helping your people become successful. Don't worry about yourself. Okay? You'll be handled as you develop other people, as you coach other people, as you work with other people. Your check is guaranteed. Okay? So put the energy into other people. Help other people become successful, and you'll be wildly successful. So I want to thank everybody for being on the webinar here. this morning, this afternoon. I hope it's been helpful. This will be recorded on leanandcleanforlife.com. We'll also put it on my Facebook page, but we're going to put it on leanandcleanforlife.com so everybody can access it under the compensation plan. Thanks for joining us, and let me just say goodbye here.